Hey, I'm Q RuPaul, and welcome to Lesson 15 in our series. If you remember back in Lesson 6, I introduced you to the verb estar, which means to be. And back then I told you there's actually two different verbs that mean to be, estar and ser, but they're not used in the same ways. In today's lesson, we're only going to be focusing on estar. We're going to use this verb when we want to talk about location or a temporary state or condition. Now, in most of our lessons, we've only been focusing on the first and second person. That's the yo and tú. But when it comes to the verbs to be, estar and ser, you really need to learn third person singular and third person plural. Fortunately, I already taught you those back in Lesson 6. Since you should already know está and están, we just have to teach you the first and second person. So here they are. Yo estoy, I am. Tú estás, you are. And as usual, you know you can leave off the yo and the tú. And now that you know the first and second person in the present tense of this verb, you can ask questions like, where are you? ¿Dónde estás? And answer them with something like, estoy en la cocina, I'm in the kitchen. By this point in the course, you really shouldn't have any trouble with expressing location, so I'm not going to spend any more time on that. We're going to go on to the next part when we use estar, and that's the temporary states and conditions. So when I say temporary states or conditions, what am I talking about? Well, a permanent state would be something that's not easily changed, like you're tall, or you're short, or you're thin, or you're fat. It could change, but not easily. A temporary state would be emotions, or something that's definitely going to end in a short period of time. Here's some examples of what I'm talking about. Happy, contento. Sad, triste, angry, enojado, nervous, nervioso, sick, enfermo. To use these, all you have to do is put the appropriate form of the verb estar before them. Estoy contento, estoy triste, estoy enojado, estoy nervioso, estoy enfermo. These words are all adjectives, and the adjectives describe the noun. Now in Spanish, the adjective has to agree in number and gender with the noun that it's modifying, that it's describing. In this case, these are all masculine, except for triste, because that one can actually be masculine or feminine. So if a woman was saying these things, or I was describing a woman, then the adjective should change and become feminine. Let's see how that looks. Linda has graciously volunteered to say all of these sentences from her point of view. Go ahead, Linda.
Estoy contenta. I'm happy. Estoy triste. I'm sad. Estoy enojada. I'm angry. Estoy nerviosa. I'm nervous. Estoy enferma. I'm sick.
Thanks for helping us out, Linda. Hasta luego. Remember, if the subject is plural, then the adjective has to be plural. Los hombres están contentos. The men are happy. Las mujeres están contentas. The women are happy. If you have a mixed group of men and women, you're always going to go with the masculine form. Our neighbors are always asking us how to say drunk in Spanish, and there's a few different ways, but I thought I'd go ahead and throw it in. Borracho. Estoy borracho. I'm drunk. Linda está borracha. Linda's drunk. Here's a good one for the day after. Crudo, hungover. It literally means raw in Spanish. Estoy crudo. I'm hungover. Linda está cruda. Linda's hungover. I can remember many years ago when I first started learning Spanish, one of the things that I thought was really odd about the verb estar is that Spanish uses it when you say alive or dead. Here's what I mean. Maria está viva. Maria's alive. I can see where that could be a temporary state of condition. And then we have Maria está muerta. Maria's dead. That seems more permanent to me. I'm still a little confused why they use estar. Well, that's it for today. In our next lesson, I'll be teaching you how to conjugate ser in the present tense and how to use it correctly. Hasta luego.